Alright, all of the track is dried now. Got all that going down in there. So the next thing I'm going to work on is the Crystal Cavern. I printed out a bunch of crystals in a resin print. And I'm going to kind of lay them out like that. This room is supposed to look like the inside of a geode. So I'll be gluing those on the side there and little pieces down there, all along the walls there. And it's a pretty good placement, I think, of where I'm going to put everything. So, yep, I'm going to get some glue. I'm going to glue everything that's flat first. And then the stuff that's over there, I'll tilt it up, glue that stuff and glue that. That way they hold in place while the glue's drying. But I think that'll look pretty good when it's done. My first batch of resin had too much red in it. I kind of wish it was all this other purple, but I don't mind the contrast in colors. I guess it gives it a little more character. But they're supposed to be purple, and those came out the right color of what I was looking for. So it was a lot of blue and just a little bit of red. I did probably 1 part red, 2 parts blue the first time, giving me that. After I did that print, I refilled the vat with just the blue, and that's what gave me that. So it was probably 3 parts blue to 1 part red to get that purple. But I'm done printing them. I'm going to use what I got there. I like it. So I'm going to do the same with those. I think I'll use the E6000 to glue those in. The E6000 ate the foam when I tried to do the toothpicks to hold these pieces in place. It kind of, I put the glue in there and E6000 ate the foam. But now that it's got the Mod Podge and black paint mixture all over it, the track glued in nicely. There's a couple spots over here where it didn't line up just right, but hey, I worked with what I had, modified some of the track pieces to get them to fit, but overall I'm happy with the way it turned out. Got the track down there, comes up this little here and into the Crystal Cavern. Okay, well, I'm going to glue these into place, and that'll take a little drying time since I'm doing it in about 4 steps. But that's the next step I'm going to work on. While that's drying, I can probably work on, this is like a swamp waste area, so I'm going to paint that like a greenish, kind of rotten looking colors. And then in the top piece there's a little spring over here that's blue, so I can paint that too. I'll do that in stages as the paint dries on these parts. Okay, get my first batch of crystals done over here, glued into place. I'm going to let those dry, and then when I tilt it up I can paint some more. In the meantime, this is that swampy area I was talking about, so all of this, except for about that much, gets painted these colors. I'm going to go with Hauser medium green, grass plaid, grass green, Hauser medium green, and black forest green. I think I'll use those 3. Most of it's going to be this Hauser green, it looks like, and then I'll do some highlights with the other 2. And let's pick a brush. Maybe something like that. Yeah, that'll work. So I'm just going to take some of this and just squirt it right in there. And spread it around. So if I'm over here, it looks like it's kind of runs from about there, comes up to about there, cuts over about here. Sure I got good coverage on everything here. That's probably enough reclaiming paint. So I'll just keep spreading that out until I can't really see any black under. This paint dries pretty quickly, so once this dries, I can add one of the other colors. First color finished. Let that dry, and then I'll do some different colors to break up the patterns. And allow for these crystals over here to dry. These are all, actually they're drying pretty quickly already. Alright, let's let that dry. Alright, this next part is actually not blue lava, this is blue water inside of a spring. So that's kind of the same color as the lava, but the only thing I have in blue is the primary blue and Province Sky. So what I think I'll do is some blending here. I'll put this down first, and while it's still wet, I'll add some of this and blend it together. Take the Province Sky and I'll drip it in there, a couple spots, and let's do some blending. that dry as well. And that is the water. Well, the blending worked pretty good with the blue, so I'm not going to wait for green to dry. I'm going to add a few little drops here and there. And let's do some blending with this. The idea of the look of this is supposed to be a cesspool. So all the waste product from the goblins end up down here. And then we'll do some with the grass green. Alright. We'll let that dry and call that finished. Looks cesspool-y. And the crystals are still drying, so I will come back to those in a little bit. So this pyramid here, obsidian, I painted it black, but then I sanded it so it kind of got dull. I'm going to repaint it. I'm assuming since it's obsidian, it's supposed to be kind of a shiny black. But I don't have any gloss black at the moment, so I'm just going to try to do it black. Alright, well, that appears blacker at least. I'll let that dry and see what I think. The next part I'm going to do is this area. It's all full of lava. But the black kind of makes that dark. What I think I'm going to do is I was going to do a white, but that might be too much. So instead what I think I'll do is this gray sky. It's a very light gray. And if I paint that everywhere, when I put the blue on top of it, it should be brighter, because the water or the lava is supposed to be glowing blue. So I think the lighter colored background will make the blue look better. So let's grab this brush. And I'm just going to apply it straight to the board and just spread it around. Alright. That part's done. So now when we put this over it, it'll be a lot brighter. Okay, now we need to let that section dry.